But the story that was advanced, and that has been suggested now, is that Erica Kirk may have been born, bred, or just a quick study in trying to get her hooks in somebody powerful, rich, a man of means. And there was a, please forgive me, please, a kind of a naive sort of a, I'm not saying Charlie was stupid, believe me, I'm not, but kind of a yuck kind of, and I think that was part of his charm. I'm just a regular guy with regular ambitions, and then here comes Erica. So when I heard the story, and when I heard people suggest that maybe she had her eyes on Charlie, or was set up by maybe some in her immediate family to cement the grift. Did you hear about Sante and Kenneth Kimes? This was a story. Oh my God, mother and son grifter. That was a weird story. I've seen this before. Let me give you an example of how bad it is. This is here in New York. Do you know that there were a number of big this is a while back, big Wall Street hedge funders. Now the Silicon Valley people are the way. That's where the predation goes, because their money is just, it doesn't even have, there's no more zeros. It's beyond. But anyway, there was a story I read and I heard it as a rumor, and then it was kind of verified sort of in news. A lot of these young guys were having vasectomies and freezing their own sperm. Can I say sperm? Is that on the YouTube list? I don't know. But you know what I mean? Yeah, something like that. Freezing their own. Because women that they would meet sometimes after a tryst, and while they would engage in something like that, I believe, without any type of protection. What's that? Is it bareback? It's a terrible term. But sometimes these women would be known to go in to excuse themselves, go into the restroom, and try to, forgive me, retrieve the sample for IVF insemination to force pregnancy and support. Think about that. In the area, it became known to a lot of women, some of them, let me tell you something. Nothing in this country can compete in any way like certain foreign countries and women. Please, I'm telling you the truth, who will do the following. They meet a guy, rich. They go to his apartment. She stays a couple of days. The next thing you know, she's got a blouse hanging in the closet. Maybe there's a magazine. She subscribes to a magazine. Oh, I'm sorry, it's one of my, he doesn't care. He's in love, he's in sex, he's in whatever he is. And she establishes a foundation. She establishes that she's lived there. And it's almost immediate. And then after a certain amount of time, when the statutory amount of cohabitation takes place, she now is a co-lessee, or she is a lessee, or she's on the lease, or she claims that she's now you can call it a hostile lessee, but that she's on the lease, that basically she has to be evicted. You have to go to housing court to evict her because she has validated, or she has satisfied the statutory amount of time. She has some connection to it. She's getting magazines or this. She got clothes there. She might even she gets mail. The doorman knows her. And this guy said, wait a minute, this is my place. Oh, no, it's not. So what they do is, and she'll also claim some kind of violence where they throw him out. Oh, yeah. One was a woman who was very famous. She was very famous for saying that, listen to this, the corner of cupboard doors, the corner is very sharp. And she would almost like a professional wrestler with a gaff. She'd hit herself, blood, bleed, call the police. He's thrown out of his apartment. She lives there. So eventually what happens is there's a settlement. She gets $1 million. She's out of her life. She waives any and all any and all squatters or eviction. I mean, shall I go on? Jackie Kennedy, Princess Di, the Royals. There are people who are women, and you know this, who are bred, hatched, groomed as brood mares, trying to find the man. Debutante balls. Again, there's a real predator aspect to Erica, but she's not that bright. These people, this is the oldest grift, the oldest gyp. Well, I shouldn't say that's an ethically unfortunate term, but these are con men. These are carnies. This is old. So that being said, and I'm not excusing anybody, but anything I hear or under any of the allegations I hear, I think to myself, there's nothing that rare about them. But in any event, in this latest aspect of this, oh, and by the way, how much do you think, listen to me, how much do you think Erica doesn't even know herself? How many things do you think that our dear friend Candace has revealed or will reveal that Erica doesn't even know? So the Bride of Charlie, which, by the way, remember, is quite the reaction. I mean, Dan Bongino even said, and I quote, I get lightheaded doing that. Now, the time of this is now focusing and tightening around a kind of a new figure. And I admit, just when I think, well, is there anybody interesting? Oh, yeah. This new person who, you may know these names better than I, but the person who's kind of central to the whole thing is Tyler Boyer. Don't you love these names? Now, I'm going to say something. And I don't necessarily adhere to this, but I'm just saying this. If I didn't know about it, some people may say, this TPUSA group, they don't seem to be very diverse. Oh, no. No. It almost sounds like, the names are so interesting. I always liked, and I like him a little, I mean, no disrespect, but I always like Tucker Carlson and his brother Buckley. This is my daughter, my sister Muffy, Wetherington, Heathcliff, Penrose, Turlington the Fourth. That kind of these Thurston Howell, Meriwether Prescott. I like the name. My nickname always was Pocahontas Lipschitz, but that's me. But don't you love these? Who are these people? And there was that one creepy kid that I've lost from my mind who sits around. I don't even know his name is. Wetherington. I want to have that West Africa clicking sound. My name? That's my name. Just as it sounds. How do you spell it? Just like it sounds. Anyway, so there's this wonderful new aspect of it. The allegations, the questions raised are no longer kind of peripheral, to make a long story short. One could argue they're kind of structural. Now, according to Candace, who, by the way, were you old enough to remember This Is Your Life with Ralph Edwards? Remember that? Oh, the best one was This Is Your Life Junior Samples, if you get a hold of that. This isn't your life, Candace. This is like a dossier. This is a provenance. It's a review that nobody's ever seen. But according to Candace, who knows what she's talking about, the most significant, I guess, relationship that Erica had with TPUSA was not initially Charlie, which is how this plot kind of evolves, but rather Tyler Boyer. Tyler, another mint julep, will you? Heathcliff, get Tyler. Would you like an aperitif? So that relationship Candace suggests, may hold, in essence, kind of like the key to unraveling and understanding how the events kind of unfolded. And the question that lingers to many people who really study this thing very assiduously is deceptively simple. How did Erica Kirk know Tyler Boyer? How does she know this? Because I don't know. I don't believe anything anybody says. I mean, seriously, by the way, if you're just new to this, don't believe anything. That's the story they're telling you. It's like that scene with, was it Tim Roth or whatever, in Reservoir Dog, where he's learning his lines and learning his role. And so when Candace apparently sat down with Erica, she says that that question couldn't be clearly answered. And again, I'm paraphrasing, and please, if I got any of this thing wrong, please correct me. I want to be so right. I mean, I'm listening. I'm not studying this. I'm kind of getting an overview, so I might be sloughing over something, I admit. But Erica allegedly couldn't recall how the connection began. Isn't that weird? You know, normally sometimes you can remember people in high school. You know, you think, wow, that's weird. That's a long time ago. But this wasn't that long ago. And how many people in TPUSA did you meet? But Boyer himself offered a kind of a confident narrative. He claims that Erica reached out to him and reached out in 2018. She was enthusiastic about supporting a Trump rally. She was Miss Arizona after a while. And remember Mark Lindsay, Arizona. Paul Revere and the Raiders? Ask your parents. And anyway, he claims that he was excited and giddy, and he put her front and center, and he introduced her to Charlie. And from there, well, things progressed quickly and magically.